Hey everybody, Laurie here from Unique in the Creek. Say hey when you come on, so I see you are here. Today we are going to be putting together this Baking Spirits Bright kit, which is kit number 055. So it's a Gingerbread Baking Spirits Bright Kit 055. It's done on the ring board. Hello, hello. So you get quite a bit in this kit, okay? But what I'm going to show you is how to use half the supplies that we have in this kit, okay? In the kit, you get this gorgeous Snowdrift natural mesh, so you can see that the snowdrift is on the edges. Okay, you get this 10-inch square sign. I love this sign, it's so cute. Okay, you also get full roll. I love this ribbon. Look at this ribbon. So it is gingerbreads with candy canes and everything on it. So it's a 1.5-inch roll. Hello, hello. And then you also get this red and white candy stripe. Both of these are a royal burlap ribbon, which has keeps a really nice curl to it. So you got these two ribbons to go with this sign. Fabulous, right? But wait, there's more. You also get, in the kit, you do get 2 of these gingerbread felt glitter picks. So they look like a gingerbread cookie. They just happen to match the snowflake gingerbread cookies on the ribbon. So that is why I actually put 2 of them. So like I said, we're gonna half everything. We don't need to use the full kit. You can make 2 of these. So if you order one of these kits, you need just grab one ring board and the kit. You will need another sign, but there's all kinds of gingerbread signs out there. And I believe we have this on the website as well. And you also get 2 of these, I love these things, these little tube ball picks. You get 2 of them. Okay, we're only going to use one. We're only going to use one of these. You can make, like I said, you can make 2 wreaths. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm just going to put everything to the side and we'll go over. Hello, hello. Oh, and you also get, you get your other stuff, your table mounts, which we will glue on the back of our sign. And you get a 40-pack of the natural colored pipe cleaners. Hi, everybody. Hi, thanks for joining me. Now, with these pipe cleaners, we're going to half them as well. You don't need, for this particular project, you don't need a full pipe cleaner. So, you know, every little thing costs money. So we're going to half the pipe cleaners. So you're going to need 16, 1/6. So only 8 pipe cleaners cut in half. So you have 16 half pieces. Hello from Brantford. You ain't too far away, are ya? All right, with our mesh, we need 16 pieces at 10 inches. We are using it at 10 inches. Okay, this is going to be a pretty flat screen door wreath. It's still gonna look full, but we're not using all kinds of stuff in it. So you can price it. It could be a lower priced item in your booth or whatever. So we need 16 10-inch pieces. So I am going to, now if you don't have a measuring or a cutting mat and a rotary cutter, you can just use your ruler like that and cut right at the 10-inch. Can you guys see that? Just with your scissors. So you really only need scissors for this project. Okay, or you can use your rotary your rotary cutter and your cutting mat. However you do it, you need 16 10-inch pieces. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, it's perfect for storm doors. And inexpensive. All right. So we have more than half a roll of mesh left. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to be doing 16 of these ribbons, but I'm cutting them at 13 inches. Because this is going to be a flatter wreath, you don't need big, long, spidery tails, okay? If you're doing, you know, a work form or something, you know, when I use 20 to 25 inch ruffles, that's when you need the big tails because you got a lot of poof to go over. This one, not so much. It's a little flatter. So you can get away with using 13 inch tails. Again, every little bit counts, right? So for doing only 13 inches, we won't be using, we'll be using less than a half a roll, okay? So you're gonna cut 16, how many do I have already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 4 more. So we'll cut 4 more. So you can either use your measure buddy at 13 inches, or you can, we'll cut it the other way with our ruler. Okay, and then I'm just going to dovetail them. So that's just folding it horizontally halfway. Yeah, these ribbons are perfect for this kit. So I'm hitting the ribbons and everything with a heavy red, and then I'm coming in with my picks of a more neutral gingerbread. Okay, so the red is going to really pop, but it's also a great backdrop for the picks that I'm going to use. So the picks will pop as well. That picks will pop. Popping picks. So 16. We are using 16 pieces of this ribbon. It's a 1.5 inch, so another way to save money is using 1.5 inch ribbons together instead of 2.5 inch. 1.5 inch is, some of the ribbons can be almost half price to the 2.5 inch. Okay, so just be aware of that when you are ribbon shopping. I know a lot of people like to use the 2.5 inch, but we're doing, you know, like I said, this is not a big over the top humongous wreath. So the 2 1.5s will be just suffice. You'll see. Well, you can see already. I've just started the outer row. So it's going to look fab. It's going to look fab. All right, so we need 4. So if you don't have a cutting mat, put your ribbon along your ruler, your measuring tape, fold it at the 13 inch, like that, and then just go back and forth. So I think I need 4 more. Or you can just easily just cut at 14 and then 28, or 13, 26. Or fold them like I just did. All right, then you fold it in half. Well, Donna, that is totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business, but you do want to have some items that may be more economical. And if you're only using half, if you can make 2 wreaths out of the stuff that I just showed you, it's up to you what you charge. You'll sell more if you price it correctly. And this one good start is not doing it on a plastic Dollar Tree frame and having more of a professional looking frame. I've seen Dollar Tree has these plastic ones that look like wire now. Oh my God. Can you imagine Now the wire ones are bad enough that you have to like sometimes glue them and tape them and solder them and all that stuff. But can you imagine if you're making your wreath and like you're just about done and that base cracks from the Dollar Tree? Guys, you got to think about stuff like that. Like seriously, it may be a little less expensive, but you're going to use a heck of a lot more stuff, and especially if it breaks. Okay, anyways, I'm taking what I'm doing on row 1. Okay, we're starting on row 1, the very first hole to the outside of the board. So you'll see the number 1 and number 2. This is just a half a pipe cleaner. Okay, we're just doing, I'm putting a half in here, skipping, putting a half, skipping. So we're going to do 8 on row 1. And then when we go into row 2, I'll be putting the pipe, half a pipe cleaner opposite of where we just went. Okay? So you're going to take your 10-inch piece. I like to fold my edges in just a little bit, even with a 10-inch piece, just so you don't see any of that fray, especially if you're cutting it with scissors, right? The scissors kind of is a little rougher when you're cutting mesh than a rotary cutter is, okay? So we've got it curled up, and I'm just going to ruffle it right to the end. It's not a huge ruffle. We don't need a huge ruffle because we're coming in with lots of ribbon. So why put a ton of mesh on your wreath when you're not gonna, there's no need for it. Sometimes. For this particular project, you're gonna have your cut edge facing down towards the table, and where you're pinched, put it right on your board, press down, and then give it a good twist. You just need to give it one twist, and you have your ruffle facing towards the outside, okay? I do this ruffle all the time. I haven't done it lately with such small pieces, but you'll see how it will work. All right, so we're gonna get all your ruffles on. Yeah, I see nightmare posts a lot where somebody's used a not so great or sturdy wreath frame and asking how they could fix it because they're halfway through their wreath and the frame broke. Well, you literally get what you pay for, so I don't know what to say. All right. So go around, do all of row 1, put your little ruffles on, okay? And then we're going to put our tails on. So you're going to take one of your candy stripe. I used to be a candy striper when I was young. And then one of the gingerbread. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. Just put them, let me scroll down a bit. I just make sure that my center, they're centered on top of each other. I'm not stepping these because I'm pulling the ribbons a little different than I usually do. So you have it straight. I'm just gonna flip it up a bit and then put it right on the center of the pipe cleaner, push down, and that's all we need that little pipe cleaner for. So you're gonna give it a few twists, okay? And then just push it down. You're not gonna see it. And we will go and pull our ribbons all when we're finished putting everything in, right? Okay, so we're gonna do the same as this one. Well, welcome, Kristen. I have a daughter named Kristen, but she spells it with an E-N. Welcome, thank you for joining me. My name's Laurie Franklin. I am the CEO and creative visionary of Unique Greek Boards, so welcome. Yes, this particular one I'm making is a kit. I think it's still available. When I looked before my live, it was still available. This is the Ginger Baking Spirits Bright kit. And we're stretching our money here. I'm showing you guys how you can make a great wreath without jam packing it. Now, you can jam pack it. You can absolutely take that whole roll of mesh, cut it in 22-inch pieces, and have big fluffy ruffles. You have the mesh and all the ribbons and everything for you. You can do whatever you want with your kit. I'm just showing you, a different way that you can stretch your money. So I did half these pipe cleaners. Now you can go ahead and just cut them off too, but that you really don't need to. It's just another step. Nobody's going to see those little pipe cleaners in there because the back is not see-through. So nobody's going to see that those little, we just tucked those little pipe cleaners in. Alrighty, so this is the last one on row 1. All right, and then just push that down. Now we're going to go on to row 2, do the same thing, except we're just going to go opposite. So where we put the pipe cleaners on row 1, we're going to go the inner hole, this row 2, to the inside of the board. Do the exact same thing. Now, if you don't have clips or whatever, you can do what I just did and just fold your ends in and then ruffle it. Okay, just give it one twist. You don't want to make a lot of bulk on the center of the mesh here, right? We don't want the center of the pipe cleaner to be bulky, else your ribbon tails will flop back and forth. So just give it one twist, and then we're going to go in with the ribbon tails, and then you can twist more. So push down in the center. That gives it, your pipe cleaner, a chance to get a good grip. And then we're going to just tuck that back in. Okay. Now, once we start fluffing it, you won't see any of the mechanics here. Oh, I forgot to put a pipe cleaner in. So we're going to skip this one and go this one. So it's in between. So just one twist. Bring your ribbons up and back. Unless you want to go all the way around and put, yeah, let's just go all the way around. We'll go all the way around, put our mesh in, and then we'll put our ribbons on. More. I could have swore I cut a whole bunch. I probably dropped them on the floor. Knowing me. Now, if you don't have wire cutters or anything, just use an old pair of scissors. Don't use good sharp scissors for cutting anything with wire in it, except ribbon. But or even your zip ties and stuff, you don't want to ruin your ribbon scissors. Now if you do the math and do 16 times 10, which is 160, that means there's 360 inches in a 10-yard roll of mesh. That means you have 200 inches left of mesh on your roll. Pretty amazing, I would say. So we won't be quite using that, a whole half of mesh, a whole half a roll of mesh. I think I need to cut 2 more pieces. I didn't cut all my mesh. Oh, I knew I'd cut more pipe cleaners. Okay, let me cut. I need 2 more pieces of mesh. I knew I didn't cut them all. So we'll cut it at the 20 and then at the 10. Hello everybody watching, thanks for joining me. All right, this is the last roll of mesh, or piece of mesh we have to put on. And then we'll go around and add the ribbon tails. That way we don't have to keep flopping them back and forth. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. There's all my friends are coming in. Okay, so let's go back around. So we got our mesh down. Let's go around and put our ribbon tails back on. Hi Brian. Hi Nina. Hi Patricia. Hi Karen. Hi Jean. Hi everybody. Oh, what kind of tail is that? Now you can pull the pipe cleaners or zip ties or whatever you're using on your wreath. You can pull it pretty tight. It's not going to crack like wood may, so you can yank on that pretty tight. How many more do I need? 1, 2, 3. 3 more of these. So again, my tails are only 13 inches. 1, 2, 3. And back it is what it is. It's better enough that I could sit here and hang out with you guys. But I'm getting very backed up on getting these Wreath Kits tutorials, so no rest for the weary. And I need 2 more of the candies. Again, 13 inches. This was not a scheduled live for those of you who are panicking Judy. I just jumped on because I have to get this stuff done. Now I'm not stepping these ribbons. Like I said, I'm going to be separating them into different directions, so that's why I'm not stepping them this time. Oh, you want Dave to do the tutorials, you guys? Do you guys want to learn? All right, last one. Alrighty. Our base is done. I'm just going to open my back door here to get some air in. It's hot down here. Alrighty. Where were we? Oh, okay. So I'm going to show you how you would separate your tails. So what I want to do, we're going to start on the outside row. And for instance, this one is pulled apart the way I want it to pull apart. So I have a red and white stripe, a gingerbread, red and white stripe, gingerbread, red and white stripe, gingerbread, red and white stripe, gingerbread, and it's going to go all the way around like that, so that you don't have 2 ribbons the same overlapping each other. Yes, all my doors have, oh no, I shouldn't say that. Actually my front door doesn't have a storm door. It's the first house I've never ever had a storm door in. Which I don't like because I can't open the front door and get fresh air in. And when I do open the door in the snow blizzard, it all gets into my foyer because I don't have a storm door on my front. There we go. Oh, keep going. Keep going until you come to the first one you started separating, okay? There we go. Now we're going to do the same on the inner. And I would just pull them out because you're going to have to end up doing this again anyways once we put the sign on and everything. But I thought it would be easier to show you guys how I'm separating them before we put all the sign and all the stuff in it. So the picks and stuff. So you can see, especially on the inner one, because we're separating them, if you separate them like that, you don't have two of the same ribbon overlapping. That's squirrels. Those squirrels make the weirdest noises. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's a squirrel. Okay, we're almost done here. Alrighty. Okay, now we're gonna put our sign on before we put anything else on. Okay, so our sign is a 10-inch square, so it's kind of gonna go right in the center, and you can see why I didn't use a ton of mesh. Okay, because most of the center of your ring board is going to be covered by your sign, so you're not going to see any of the mechanics in there, and we're just going to see all kinds of red and white and a little bit of green. And then that's what I said, we are going to pop some of these in to bring that neutral back in. Neutral back in with the red on the back, making it pop a little more. Okay, so I am going to, I guess it really doesn't matter where you want to attach your sign, whether it be the top and the bottom or the two sides. It's totally up to you. You do get 2 cable mounts in your kit. So we're going to use cable mounts. Cable mounts work very well. So there's your cable mounts. They just work really well on wood signs. So you don't have to sandpaper it and all that stuff for the wood. All right, I'm going to remove this. Now this would be really cute if we put it on the sign, because it would match. You could put just on the bottom there, use the jute roping, make a little bow or something, or even at the top. So you can put it to the side, but I think, oh, it doesn't matter. I'll do top and bottom. So you want to take, it is a ring, so you want to make sure your stickers are off. You don't want your customer seeing the tacky stickers, as my friend Dylan would say. There we go. And like I said, it is a 10-inch sign, so I'm actually going to mark exactly where the top and bottom is. So on my mat, there's the 10, there's the 20. I'm going to mark 15. That way I put my cable mounts directly right in the center. So take a full pipe cleaner this time, put it through your cable mount. So you will need some hot, well, this is an adhesive cable mount that you do get in your kit. So if you don't have hot glue, this will work. The adhesive on here will work temporarily, but eventually will fall off. So you will want to hot glue it or E6000 it, you know, as soon as you can. But you can just stick it, I'm sticking it right on the dot, so the center, okay. So give it a push if you're just using the adhesive from the cable mount. If you're not and you have a glue gun, just go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue just on the dot. And if you want to mount it on the sides, you would do the same thing. And put your cable mount down. Do not push it with your fingers because the glue will come out and you don't want to burn your hands. Hi, Maya. There we go. Okay. that's on there pretty good. And that's, like I said, that's just the adhesive from the cable mount. It will give way, but you have a bit. I would not, if you were selling this wreath, I would not just rely on the adhesive for the cable mount. I would, if it's your own personal and, you know, the sign falls off, okay, you can glue it back on. But if you're making it for a gift or to sell, don't use just the adhesive cable mount. Okay, so let's turn this over. Okay. Find our bearings here. So this is the top. There's 2 holes right here. And those are your hanging holes. I'm going to go ahead and put my pipe cleaner down and back up and make a hanger. If you have a cable, or not cable, cable ties, zip ties, you may want to use that for your hanger. But you do have 40 pipe cleaners in the kit. So I just kind of tie a knot. Okay, and then I just wrap the excess pipe cleaner around just to make it a stronger hanger. And right here and right here, right down the middle is where I'm going with the pipe cleaners for my sign. Okay, so if you're using the side of the sign, you would just go right here. That is your center this way, and this is your center this way. So right here and right here is where I'm going with these pipe cleaners on my sign. And you can spread, actually you can just spread the mesh and you can see right here where it's the number 2, those 2 holes is where I'm going with my pipe cleaner for the top. Now I'm gonna not pull the sign super tight, just give it a loose twist on the back so it doesn't come out of the holes until I get the bottom. Until I get the bottom put on, and then we can tighten it. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing for the bottom. You just kind of separate it. There's your, where your sign is going to go, right in there. So easy way to make sure your sign is centered. Okay. Now before I twist or do the pipe cleaners really tight, like I said, we're going to probably fix these tails a million times before we finish this wreath. But I just want to make sure that none of the ribbon tails are stuck under the sign. You want to see that money. That's money right there, these ribbon tails. People love fun looking ribbons. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to lift it up and pull it till I feel some resistance on the back. As soon as I feel resistance, I'm going to twist it. And then I'm going to do the same up here. I think I did the bottom one a little too tight, did I? Literally the signs and attaching wreath attachments are not my favorite thing. Like that is, I feel that the signs and putting on wreath attachments are the hardest part of making a wreath. All right, we're good. We are centered. Alrighty, I am going to snip these off a bit. We don't want anything that'll scratch the door, and we want it to look nice and neat in behind. So I'm just putting those little pieces that I just snipped off back down the holes. Now, if you like to use zip ties like I do, and you have zip ties, you can absolutely do this whole thing with zip ties as well. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Now we get to add the fun stuff. I love these ribbons. Okay, now we have these. We have to decide where we're going to place these. And we also have to decide, we have 2 of these fun ball picks. I'm only going to use one. We do have 2 of these. Now, if you want to use both of these, go right ahead in your design. I'm just going to use one because I plan on making another wreath with the rest of the ribbon, the rest of the mesh, and the other ball pick. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this down. It may take a little work if you don't have wire cutters, but I like to cut it about, 2 inches from the top of the pick here. All right. And then I'm going to take my finger and on the center, I'm going to hold it and I'm going to just bring it up. So it makes an L shape. This way we can attach our bow or this pick, with you can stick it in with a pipe cleaner, or you can put it in the center of a bow. We're going to put it in the center of a bow. And I think I'm going to make a bow maybe just in this bottom corner. Or we could even do it in the bottom center here if you want. And just put this, and actually it'll look good in the center. Yeah, so we'll put a bow, we'll make a bow and put this in the center of the bow. That will stand out, make the bow stand out from the rest of the tails. And then we have these fun little doodad things. So there's these glittery wispy things, and then there's also the felt snowflakes, and they are glittered on both sides. So I'm going to pull this apart. I'm also pulling these little wispy things because I'm going to use them in the pick. So there's 1. 2. And there's the 3rd. So I break apart the picks. Get more bang for your buck breaking it apart. And this is just garbage unless you want to use the wire in it. Okay, now I'm just going to figure out where I'm going to put these. So we want to make sure our tags. So I'm just going to kind of, you can open that little curl or coil. Now if I do a bow just in the center, I know a lot of people do like that. I'm personally not a huge fan of bow in the center, but a lot of people like it, and you give it what they want. So I am going to use, since this is going to be a focal point, the bow, and I have three of these. So I'm not going to put one of these on the bottom, although you could, like I said, you have another pick. However, I'm going to put these in the 3 areas that is not going to have like a pick thing. So I'm just sticking them in for now, just for placement, to see if I like it. Not too sure. That's probably why I gave you guys 6. Might want to do 2 at a time, or group them into 3s. Everything always looks better in 3s. 12, 3, and 9. Guess you're thinking like me, right, Catherine? Now, if I do a bow in the corner here, I can then take the 3. Where did the other? Oh, the 3 of them. Make one tall. These 2 shorter, and make like and cluster them. And kind of put it opposite. I'm just giving you guys ideas of what you can do and how we decide where to put things. What you doing down here, Kiki? So there. Just kind of in layer. And then we're gonna also put these wispies in there as well. See how that looks. There, set. Going over this way. And the rest, I'll have them facing different ways like that. And this one can go in like that, something like that. So we can do it where we've clustered them. It's totally up to you. I probably, actually, I might put the one under here. So one in the front. I'll have to cut this off. Let's see, let's cut this down a bit. One right here, and then two. Yeah, I think I like it like that. And then the two in behind. And have them clustered in threes. With our bow on the side. Yeah, I'm gonna save this one. So we do have an extra ball thing and an extra pick. Now you can add some ornaments as well. I'm not sure if I'd add red, but you can tuck in some ornaments if you wanted. But just giving you guys ideas. Let's make a bow, a cute little bow, and then we're gonna put that in the center of it. Yeah, you can add, if you have like, even if you have some like a green, an emerald green you want to add in there to break up the red. I don't know, a lot of people like this whole monochromatic, you know, red, white thing for Christmas. It's a big seller, so again, you give everybody what, you give them what they want. Okay, so I think I want this ribbon to be on the top. So I will start with this one. Although I should probably do a kind of a bow. I don't know. We got more than a half left. I could do one of those long bows that Michelle does. Okay, let's try this. So I am going to do 14-inch tail, which is the size of my bow maker. Twist it. And I'm gonna do, I think I'll do Michelle's bow, which is 5-4-3, or 6-5-4-3-2-1. 6 meaning 6 inches. The spool holder. 6. Although I do have a lot of ribbon on there. Don't know if I need a huge poofy bow. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Probably going to use up all my ribbon, which kind of sucks. So if you want to use your ribbon for your second wreath, I would suggest just maybe doing a star. Maybe that's what I will do. But it'll look so good with a bow. I'm just gonna go over it. If you're, okay, because this is a tutorial and somebody else will be doing it, I am going to cut, we're gonna cut 3 12-inch strips of this. Sorry guys, changed the course only because there's a lot of people that don't have a bow maker, and then they are beginners. So this is a very beginner thing that you can add to your wreath. And that leaves us with the half a roll. So I do have enough to go make the other wreath. Wind it all back up. Okay, and then I'm going to do 3 of these. I don't know why I'm not using my measurement. This is a really simple way to add some fun to your wreath easily. Okay, so we are going to dovetail these. All right, fold them in half so we can get a center point on each one. All right, there's my fun little thing. I'm going to also grab a full-size one of our pipe cleaners. All right, and I'm going to do candied, gingerbread, and I'm lining up the centers of each ribbon. Candy, gingerbread, candy, gingerbread. I'm gonna also take your ball tubing pick, and I'm gonna take my pipe cleaner, fold it in half, and then I'm just gonna slide the half rounded part onto this pick and kind of come up and twist it on. Okay, give it a good twist on there. And then once it's on your pipe cleaner, then you can trim back this stem. You don't want to trim too close that you lose the tape that's, you know, taping the tubing and the stuff, but this is what you have. So this is going to be the center of our fun little, I call it a starburst. I don't know if somebody else has called it something else. It's just for reference. And then I'm going to pinch this whole stack of ribbons. Come right over the center with my pipe cleaner, just like that. Fold it in half, and you're going to pull, and you're going to twist, give it a really good twist. Make sure that's tight. Okay? I'm making it tight, and then I'm going to put it right in the wreath. Just got to figure out where. So I'm going to go through. I want it kind of in the corner, like the right corner here. So in between these ribbons, I'm just going to go through the little hole of mesh there, because I can see the holes where I want to put this bow. So one. And you can see right through it because we didn't put a ton of mesh on here. Now, like I said, one of our Team Unique designers also has this kit. So they will probably be doing it a little bit different than I am, so you'll have a couple ways to do it. All right, so it's on. There it is on the back. I'm just going to twist it. Okay, twist on there, and then once you have it twisted really well, you can start pulling these ribbon tails around. Oh, that's so cute. Pull the ribbon tails around the ball pick. So for those of you that don't have a bow maker or are scared to make a bow, there's an easy peasy way that you can add something fun to your wreath. So I'm just pulling apart, kind of going striped snowflake, striped gingerbread, striped gingerbread, right? Right. Okay. Actually, that looks really cute. I like how it's kind of on the corner here. I do have some tails going over the sign. I like that. And then we just have to put in our, let's see, let me stand up. Oh, it does look really cute. It's fun. And then pull your loops around. So it really gives it this area, because we put the ball pick there, it, you know, kind of pops this little starburst thing we did here with our tails, right? There you go. That's actually really cute. Okay, very easy too. Now these things, okay. One I am putting right up kind of kitty corner to my bow. You will need hot glue, or you could probably pipe cleaner or zip tie it in. These are just felt. They are not heavy whatsoever. So what I like to do sometimes, if I don't, you know, zip tie them or anything in, you can go and take the end and just kind of weave it in your mesh. And where it's weaved into the mesh, you hit it with some hot glue. And it'll stay in there. So I'm under the sign. I'm just kind of, there. It's gone through the mesh at least 4 times there. And then I'm going to get my glue gun, and where it's in the mesh is right where I'm going to put hot glue. So it's not going to slide out. And then these little wispy things, while the hot glue is still hot in there, we can attach them. These are just little plastic, I don't even know what they are. They got a little bit of glitter on them. You just want to make sure it hits the hot glue though. It's pretty much just gluing them to the back of the sign. That one's too glued. There we go. Okay, there's one. These ones will be easier because you don't have the sign there. Pull these out. Can you guys even see these? Oh yeah, you can see them on the screen. They're cute. That gives it just a little whimsical kind of look. And then this one, I want this to be right in the corner of my sign. Coming out like that. Actually, there is a good and a bad side. We don't want where the stick is glued. That's weird, eh? They glittered both sides, but we don't want to see, I didn't even realize there's the stick there. I don't want to see the stick, so we'll just turn it so the stick side is not showing. Good to know. I had no idea. All right, so there's the back. We don't want to see the stick, so it's going in this way. Cut it down a bit. We're going to lift this. Now this is easy because what you can do is sandwich it between the two meshes, because the front one you don't have anything to sandwich. The back one, you can put it into the mesh on the back, and then also, watch, I'll show you. So I'm putting glue where I stuck it into the mesh there, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue just on that coil there, and then we're going to put the mesh back down on top. I don't want to put my wispy things in while the glue's hot. Okay, push that down. Little tips and tricks. Now, if these were heavy, I would most definitely wire or zip tie them in, but they're not heavy. They're felt. All right, and I'm going to do the same on this side for the other one, and then we'll be done. How long did that take me? Oh, only an hour. That's not bad. I always worry about the time, and I don't know why. Oh God, look at all the comments I missed. I'm sorry, guys. I was just doing my own thing here. All right, well, look how glittery this side is, but you see the stick. That's stupid. They do stupid. Okay, I'll move this, and I'm gonna lift this, put the end of that. The end is going into the mesh on the back here. Okay, I'm going to hit it with the glue where I put it in. Now, if you don't have a glue gun and you're not like looking to get, you know, heavy duty supplies just yet, they have glue guns at the dollar store. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. Like, this is a Gorilla Glue gun. It leaks like you wouldn't believe. Sorry, Gorilla Glue, but it does. I love your products, but your glue gun sucks. Yeah, so if you just are looking for something, you know, to do little crafts here and there, not professional-wise, that's just fine. So again, I'm glued. I put glue underneath that top mesh, and I'm just holding down, letting it catch. And there is, and then we added our little spray thingies. And we'll fix our ribbons again. Give them a nice little curve. You want to take your scissor fingers, give that ribbon a nice curve so they don't look like spider legs. You don't want spider leggy ribbons. Making sure that we're not overlapping. Get those scissor fingers, look at that. Good ribbon. Okay, so you're going to do that, and I usually do that with my scissor fingers. I usually do that right before I'm going to take my photo, because we all know that ribbons don't stay in place like this, like you want. Oh, really, really cute. Look at this. What do you guys think? Isn't it super cute? Can you believe we used less? I got to show you guys how much mesh we ended up using. Ready? It looks like a full roll is still there. But look at this nice size wreath we made with half the supplies. So there's the front. Oh. And our wreath is, let's see, Trying to keep things clean, you guys. You notice I'm not dropping everything every 2 seconds because I've cleaned up. We're looking at about 26 inches. This is a good size wreath, 26 inches. Again, you can add some ornaments. You can add whatever you want to it. There is our back. So everything is, except for this. Clean it up. Make sure there's nothing. Make it look professional. Put a sticker or tape your business card to the board. So they want, in case they want a summer one or a spring one or an Easter one, they know where to come. So there's the back, nice and professional looking, nothing's gonna break. And there's your front. And remember I had the little jute string? What should we do with our little jute string? Let's not waste anything, right? Anybody know how to make a bow with this? I'm just kidding. Let's do a little tiny bow with this. I can't even make hand bows with a string. I'm such a goober. Okay, let's do that. Where's a fork? I know how to do it with a fork. There we go. I just can't get it even. The simplest thing. A stupid bow. I'm going to put it right up here. So we have a little bit, you know, of this overlap of the ribbons in that corner. So I'm going to put it right, just a little dab of glue right in this little corner, right there. And our scissors and hold it down. Isn't it cute? Very, very simple wreath. And like I said, for price wise, it is totally up to you, whatever you charge your customer. We generally say in our VIP group, if you use over half a roll, charge for the whole roll. If you use less than a half or half a roll and less, just charge for the half a roll. Like I said earlier, you want to have some, you know, some inexpensive items in your shop, as well as, you know, over the top. This would be an inexpensive. Like I said, we didn't even use a half a roll. We have a half a roll of the gingerbread left. We have a half a roll of the candy. We still, and this is from the kit, we still have a whole pick, and we still have our spray. All I'd have to do to make another wreath, and I have still lots of pipe cleaners and half ones that I cut that I couldn't find. Put them back in. This most definitely could be one of your, you know, lesser expensive items, but look how big it is. So people see the size and think, oh my gosh, that's a good price. Look at the size of that, and look at how much ribbon is in it. And all these cute little wispy, you know, gingerbread thingies. They're gonna look at that and they're gonna think, okay, I'll pay $45 for that. Meanwhile, it only cost you $10 to make. So that is a huge profit. Now, you could go and sell it for $90 and it may sit. I think I would rather make, I don't know, 2 and make, you know, $100 and make a bigger profit. Making 2, because it wasn't hard. It took me an hour. So, but that's just suggestions. I tend to, if there's a wreath I'm doing that is very time consuming, this is not time consuming. Anything that's really time consuming, for instance, if you did a flower with a Star Trek petal, that is very time consuming. That is where I would charge 3 times the cost of what I put in my wreath. If I was doing a not so time consuming one like this one, I would add up what I put into this wreath. And this is just my own personal thing. You guys, this is just how I would do it. And it's just a suggestion. That's all it is. What I would do is see how much that half a roll of mesh cost. See how much the half a roll of each of these ribbon costs. The board, the sign and everything. Add that up. One pick, one ball pick, and then times that by 2.5. Then you're making 2.5 times the amount of the supplies. That is for your time. And this is not a time consuming project. So you could even do 2.5. It depends on your area and if you're selling on Etsy or whatever, right? But if, like I said, if I'm doing a big flower that takes a lot of time, the Christmas tree, for instance, a Christmas tree, you're not using a lot of supplies, but there's a lot of time that goes into it, depending on what petal fold. You might want to charge 3 times because it's not the cost of the supplies that is a lot in the wreath. It's more of your time making that wreath that costs more. Does that make sense? I hope so. That's just a little tidbit. Like I don't sell my wreaths. Well, I do. I throw them up for 40 bucks just to get rid of them. But when I was selling wreaths and making wreaths, that's how I priced them. And I'm telling you, I did really well. I did really well, my friends. I didn't overcharge, and I was busy, and believe it or not, I would get more customers with a smaller project like this because their friends would come over and say, oh my gosh, that's so cute. You'd be like, yeah, I got it for 40 bucks at the craft show. This is who the lady is that made it on the back. This is her business card. Message her. She'll make you one for 40 bucks too. Guess what? You just got another customer too with, your hour wreath that costs, 10 bucks or whatever in supplies. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. I get questions like that all the time about pricing and all that stuff. I really don't like answering it. I am nowhere near a business coach. I am nowhere near. I am just an entrepreneur who's learned things on the way. And I'll just share my little tidbits with you. It's not business advice. It's just a little suggestion and tidbit. Maybe you think back, I really only put, especially if you're using a Dollar Tree frame. Oh my God. People are not stupid, you guys. They know that there's these Dollar Tree frames in stores. And if you're charging $90 for a wreath made in a Dollar Tree frame, well, I don't think we can be friends. Because those people, they're not stupid. They'll know it's a Dollar Tree frame. Anyways, thanks everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your evening. Don't forget, Jackie B is up tonight. We all love our Jackie B, and then we'll see what craziness she's going to be up to tonight. She doesn't do like calm things like I do. Like this is calm, and she's just like all over. But that's what we love about her. All right, everybody, have a great one. Bye.